I am stunned. I'm speechless. When I first saw the new Dawntrail job action trailer, I was left with more questions than answers. It was so fast-paced during the live stream, so my initial reaction was just gawking at the shiny new skills with my jaw halfway dropped. But now that I had time to pause every single second of that stream and overanalyze everything on my screen and process my thoughts, of course, I, as a healer main, am even more excited about Dawntrail now. Hey, it's AVCat. I'm an overworked and underslept white mage main and a healer enjoyer in general. In this video, we'll be talking about the changes coming to healers in Dawntrail. We got to see some of the new healer abilities in the job action trailer, and they also shared some extra details about these changes in the producer's live letter. It's not too much, I'll be honest with you. They couldn't show us every single ability and their tooltips in the live stream, of course. We don't have every single detail yet. Still, what we learned in that live letter was more than enough to get me hyped about Dawntrail as a healer main. I hope you'll feel the same towards the end of this video. The first adjustment is coming to every single healer in 14, and you don't even have to be a healer main to be happy about this one. This is gonna be such an improvement for every single person in the party. The swift cast recast time will be reduced from 60 seconds to 40 seconds in 90s level range. It's the skill you need when you need to resurrect someone without the cast time. Having that recast time reduced means we can resurrect people more often and more easily. This will be so useful when we are in a clutch situation, everything is on fire, everyone's dying, and you need those resurrections fast. When we look back and think about that time the producer of the game mentioned they really want to crank up the difficulty in Dawntrail, yeah, this skill will be useful. Someone has to get those corpses off the ground. Let's move on and talk about what kind of changes each healer is getting in Dawntrail. I don't want to waste your time, so let's start with White Mage, my main job in 14, my beloved. With these new changes coming to White Mage, I think this job will feel at its most complete version ever. It might not end up as the strongest healer DPS-wise, as we still don't know the balancing they will be making to those numbers. It will feel complete as in we'll have a wider range of abilities available during combat. As comfortable and straightforward White Mages, if there's anything this job is lacking, it's the mobility. Sage has Icarus for gap closing, Scholars have Expedient for movement speed, and it looks like they are giving either a gap closer or a dash to White Mage too. In the job action trailer, that ability looked more like a gap closer, but then in the live letter in the slides, it said a new action allowing the casters to quickly move forward will be added, so there's a high chance it's not a gap closer, it's more of a flexible ability. As addition to the new healing abilities the White Mages are gonna get, they really didn't focus on the healing abilities in the live letter, they focused on the DPS. They know what the White Mage mains want, goddammit. But yes, we are getting new healing abilities too, and as an addition to that, we are getting a new AoE ability. A new AoE attack can be executed up to 3 times after Presence of Mind will be added. I'm guessing this ability will be off global cooldown and will be a part of our burst phase. I think they are going for something similar to the Sage ability Phlegma 3. Currently, the Presence of Mind has 2 minutes recast time, so we'll be able to refresh our AoE abilities every 2 minutes. Our glare turrets are upgraded. I feel like I'm gonna get so greedy with my White Mage DPS now. They also mentioned we'll have multiple stacks of Tetragrammaton, so that means more single target healing without MP use. It's good news, I like that. Moving on to Sage, one of the most popular healers in Final Fantasy XIV since its release, so I know so many people are excited about this one. I don't play shield healers often, but seeing these new changes coming to Sage, I might actually play more Sage in Dawntrail. They somehow made it even better than it was before. One of the biggest new additions coming to Sage in Dawntrail is a new AoV damage over time ability. We don't have to place our dots one by one while we are attacking multiple targets anymore. Eucrasia will now enhance Decrasia 2 into Equation Decrasia. Huh? That's a lot of names. Eucrasia will now enhance Decrasia 2, which is the regular AoV ability Sage has. It will enhance it into an AoE dot ability. I'm pretty sure I heard some people asking for an ability like this before. Maybe they got this idea from the forums? I'm not sure. I'm happy either way. There is also a new party buff which heals nearby party members whenever the caster casts a spell, which is pretty much AoV Cardia. The only difference is that this one will be a limited time only. It won't stay on your whole party all the time. Sage players don't have to stop DPS to cast an AoV heal anymore. It's good for that uptime. Not sure how strong this new AoV healing will be, HP, but at least we know there will be some nice HP regeneration over time. There were also some mentions of a new trait we will acquire. This trait will reduce the recast time of Soteria. They unfortunately didn't tell us more about it. They had so much to talk about during that live stream. Moving on to Scholar, some of the Scholar changes really came out of nowhere. It's not something I've been expecting. Especially those new animations were so wild, I was losing my mind during that live stream. Have you ever heard the phrase, "You are what you eat"? Yeah, Scholar took that phrase a little too seriously. They embraced that true healer urge and said, "Nah, my fairy is not healing enough. I'm gonna do it myself." And then they grew some majestic looking angel wings. This new action is called Seraphism, and it's used to enhance healing magics. The unique animation of this new ability turns your character into your own fairy. It changes your glamour into a white angelic looking glamour, and it also gives you golden angel wings. It's definitely an interesting way for the game producers to say, "Cover them up, you'll get cold." I can't believe they are trying to nerf our bikini glamours. Dawntrail is supposed to be the summer episode of Final Fantasy XIV. Unacceptable. I am kidding, of course, but I really wouldn't be surprised if that actually turns into a Final Fantasy XIV drama. Like, I actually know there will be some people who are really upset about this. We do love drama in Final Fantasy XIV. We are a bunch of drama queens. I definitely don't hate the look, but it looks more like a white mage ability than a scholar ability to me. Similar to Sage, scholars also get a new AoE attack. This can be executed after Chain Stratagem. This will be an AoE and also a damage over time ability. They also mentioned, again, similar to what they are doing to Sage, they will add a new trait that will reduce the recast time of recitation. Moving on to the job I've been the most excited about, even though it's not my main, Astrologian. It's not my main yet. Astrologians are getting a really nice looking rework, and I'm so excited to try it out myself. They are getting a full rework to their cards, and even though we don't have too much information yet, it looks promising. The card system will no longer be random. We don't have to rely on the RNG to give us the cards we need during combat. Instead, we'll be able to draw 4 cards at the same time every 60 seconds. These cards will have offensive, defensive, and curative effects. We'll have freedom to pick and choose which one we want to use and when we want to use it. We can see this in the job trailer too. The job gauge looks different because of these changes. We get to see all 4 cards at the same time. We'll still have 8 different cards, so those cards will be separated into 2 different sets. I imagine we'll be using those 2 different sets for 2 different situations in combat. Detail on that is still not revealed. Because each individual card will now have their own effect, Astro Signs will no longer be a thing, and Astrodyne will be removed in accordance to these changes. So far, it looks like the player base has a mixed reaction to these changes. Some players think this might be an oversimplification of Astrologian, which is a valid concern. I personally believe tying some of these skills to RNG made Astrologian an unreliable healer. People have their different opinions, of course, but that doesn't change the fact Astrologian was so unpopular in Endwalker. It was in a dire need of rework, so I hope this will spice things up a little bit. I'll reserve my opinion on these Astrologian changes until we actually get to play the job in Dawntrail. I'm hopeful, but also a little bit scared. It's keeping me on my toes. And that's the end of the video. I wish I had more to share, but that's unfortunately all they shared in the live letters and the combats job trailer. I'm unfortunately not a part of the media tour, but I'm excited to hear from the other creators too. We should have more information flowing about these job changes very soon. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And with a special thanks to the channel members who support this channel, thank you so much. You guys make all of this possible. I appreciate you so much. And thank you everyone too for making it to the end of this video. I love your guts, and I'll see you in my next video or my next stream. Stay cozy.